It seems like a later when it gets darker and darker.
Time change, man.
Seen later. We're actually getting off earlier. Getting through practice good. It was a good work day. The kids worked hard. Thought they were pretty resilient on the day as far as what they had to do. Got the plan together. And defense, I thought, had an outstanding day. They were just really sharp today. A lot of little things. What they were doing early in the game plan. Offense had a good day. Nothing disturbed there, but just defense was really, really sharp today. Kicked the ball really well today. Hit our punters. They're pretty sharp on that part of it. So get ready to play. Questions?
It seems like, just kind of looking at the roster, most of the guys are available. When's the last time you can recall having this many players, aside from the guys who are out for the rest of the year?
Not offensive line-wise. Offensive line, we're still way down, guys. But most of the guys are getting back healthy. You can see it in practice, the reps and the bodies. And I think that has a lot to do with the tempo of practice, too, because you get more guys, more experienced guys back in practice that know how to practice and how to push themselves. It's really good. Makes you feel better.
How did Dalvin look today?
Okay, good. He practiced. That's first Tuesday. He's taken a long, long time. I mean, he was here yesterday, too. He was Monday and Tuesday. First time he's done any of that.
The defense, you mentioned how they practice just from the start of this season.
Well, they have improved, but that's where the senior leadership is. That's where the older guys are. That's where the guys have been through it. And this time of year, that grind, you're sore, you're banged up, you're bruised up. It's that time of year. Those older, mature guys, it's just natural for them. You know what I'm saying? And you see their leadership and experience in their young guys too. So I mean, but they've just grown. I mean, there's young guys, the depth, which has come with, and then I think the consistency. We're really proud of them. How they're playing on the edges, tackling in space. I mean, doing a really nice job.
Just kind of an example of when guys kind of follow, when senior leadership, I guess, kind of forms the personality of the
when you can get those fourth and fifth year guys, you can get them to stay. It makes a big difference, and it does. I mean, it just, and the demeanor and the leadership and the guys have just been through it so much. You know what I'm saying?
Even on offense, you have
good. Bruce has done a good job. He's done well.
Even on offense, you have Dalvin leading.
Yeah, Dalvin's been excellent at that. He's done a real good job. Some of those young linemen, you see Maverick and some of those junior college guys starting to take over. A couple of receivers, Sean, those guys. I mean, even in Everett. I mean, they're doing their part. But there's just more of them on the defensive side of the ball.
So much has been said about leadership. What's it like for you to see guys like Dalvin, who may have lost 5 or 7 games in high school, try to take on that role, and that never really being accustomed to losing, but also being so young as well?
Well, I mean, it's just who they are as competitors. They naturally, that's who they are when they compete, and you can't help but your personality to come out in that regard, if that makes any sense. I mean, those guys are true competitors. They can't sit back if they have to. If you put muzzles on them, they could.
You've talked in the past about how important it is when your best players are also your best leaders. Is that sort of playing out again with him?
Yeah, it is. And one of your hardest work is in practice. Not just your leader, but the guy who comes to practice every day and in the weight room every day and treatment every day and 2 or 3 treatments a day. I mean, he's playing because he would spend, every spare moment he had between class and studying, if he didn't have it, then he was in that training room, and that speaks volumes.
You said you wanted to see how the team responded in terms of the character. Are you pretty pleased?
Yeah, so far, we'll wait and see how the week goes. But yesterday was a really sharp practice. Today was a good practice. Defense was really exceptional. Offense was a solid practice. You know what I'm saying? So from that standpoint, yes, I'm not disappointed at all. Let's hope we can just push through it.
As far as the offense, some of those 3rd and short, 4th and short situations, how frequent is that stuff kind of worked on?
All about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So every day. We do them we go on Monday. Today was big short yards day. We'll hit 2 or 3 of them tomorrow, and we'll hit them on Thursday. We do it all the time. That's short yards goal line is religiously worked all the time, and we've always been extremely successful on 3rd and short until that was the first time I can remember 2 in one game and forever. Occasionally 1, but I think last year we were 92 or 93%. This year, for a while, we were about the same thing, and then we had the one at Miami and had the 2 there, and they were both great.
Coach, you guys came into the season with a lot of expectation. In the last few weeks, we're kind of uptight a little bit at practice, and it seems like this week you're maybe a little more loose. You guys feel like the weight's been lifted off a little bit? You're playing a little freer?
Been the same. Been the same to me.
How's Marcus Christmas doing the last couple of weeks?
Playing well. Playing really well.
Is this a consistency issue or something else you're seeing?
No, I think he's growing up in maturity. And he's getting more consistent, no doubt. He's going to be a really good player. Can run, athletic, cares. Game means something to him.
With Derrick and Brock still kind of hampered a little bit. You think
Derrick will probably be out. We'll probably do surgery on Derrick. We're going to have some meniscus taken out of his knee or worked on or whatever. So this will be Brock.
Brock's been all banged up.
Oh, he's been. He had to, because he got hurt. He had to, at halftime. He had to. That's why we ended up having to take him. He had a groin issue, groin and hip flexor issue. But I mean, he should be ready hopefully by the end of the week. But we have to rest him.
When will Derrick have that surgery? Is it something you guys are thinking about, or?
No. He's going to do it real soon.
They still have some time left, but your two linebackers, Terrence and Reggie, have both been here for some pretty significant moments. Kind of how much have they meant to the progress and the evolution?
Well, I think they have, and I think, just the consistency in practice and what they're doing and how they're doing it and what they're showing those young guys. I mean, they've been a huge part of this program, and they're playing real well right now.
For a guy like Derrick, for his development, how important is having those guys to
I think I'm going to say this. They've been very important for him. He's been very important for them because they saw a young guy who was hungry and coming in making plays. And there was stages at times this year he's played as good or better than they were. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that in any disregard to them, but I mean he's pushed them to say, hey, wait a minute, I'm a senior, but I still got playing times in there. And I think he's really developing into a good player.
Javon Harrison missed practice today.
He got a concussion in that game on that hit. No, it wasn't.
One more question.
DeMarcus Walker, his ability to improve his pass rush from last year to this year.
Loves the game. He loves the game of football and does everything to be a great teammate and to play better and just works it constantly. I mean, he's just one of them guys who just constantly he's going to get better because he's going to make himself. He's going to will himself to be better.
The way he gets to the quarterback too. So he's a 280-pound guy, quick but powerful. I mean, what are all the kind of ways he can get to the.
I mean, well, he can rush the pass. He can bull rush you. He can beat you on the edge when you're, if you're that combination. And he's very smart. He's good with his hands and knows how to use them. Coach Long and him worked a lot, but he spends a lot of time. I mean, this guy is a guy who loves ball, man. I mean, he spends. Josh Sweat does all those guys. There's a lot of guys like that who ball is extremely important to, and they just grind themselves.
We good?
We good?